In 2020, I recorded an indie rock band from Corpus Christi called Narjeetos. The band booked 2 days to record the instruments and then came back a week later to record the vocals. They recorded their entire 9-song LP in just 3 days, which is extremely efficient. And if you do the math, that comes out to about $130 per song for the recording. They were well rehearsed and it definitely paid off. Now let's contrast this with a band called the F Majors. The F Majors showed up and we began recording their first song. As we were recording the drums, it was clear that the drummer was not used to recording with a metronome.
Can you keep the metronome at one tempo, please?
So the drums took much longer than expected. To make matters worse, the band really hadn't solidified the song structure. So in verse 1, the guitarist thought the verse went twice as long as the vocalist, and then on the bridge, the bass player was playing a completely different chord progression than the rest of the band. Naturally, debates between band members quickly ensued. The session ground to a halt as the band worked out these issues, and we started up again with guitars, but the guitar player was battling intonation issues on his instrument because it wasn't properly set up. So once again, it took way longer to record the guitars than we had planned. We made an attempt to record vocals late in the day, but the vocalist hadn't finished writing the song yet, so we had to stop the session again so he could finish writing.
Aliens really exist. I must insist.
But I don't know about the word insist anymore. I'm not feeling good about that. Can someone get on rhymezone.com real quick and look for something that rhymes with exist? As the day grew to a close, the song was still incomplete, and the takes that we did have weren't really that good. The frustration was palpable. I suggested that we put the session on hold and pick it up another time. These stories highlight the need to be prepared and well rehearsed before coming into the studio. The truth is, being ill-prepared and writing while on the clock wastes lots of time and money. Furthermore, it kills morale and makes the session feel bogged down. This leads to the first principle in preparing to record. Rehearse your songs so much that you can sing and play them almost subconsciously. By the time you hit the studio, the focus should be on capturing a compelling performance, not writing new drum fills, working out the arrangement, or perfecting the lyrics. Ideally, these things should be worked out well in advance. So practice way more than you think is necessary. Practice while you're watching TV, while you're on the tractor, while you're fishing, while you're hunting.
Every time I see the sunset, it brings a tear to my eye. I see it.
Well, maybe not while you're hunting. This is by far the most important thing you can do before you come record. It'll make your session more fun and exciting, and you'll leave feeling proud of the work that you've done. And big bonus, you'll save a lot of money! So tip number 1, rehearse. Tip 2, practice with a metronome. Most songs are recorded with a metronome so the tempo stays consistent through the entire track. Recording with a metronome also allows for easier editing to move things around or tighten things up. However, playing to a metronome is unnatural because you have to yield your role as timekeeper, and that can take some getting used to. You can download a free metronome app on your phone and practice that way, or you can get creative with it, go out to your car, turn on the turn signal, and play along to that. After practicing with a metronome for just a few weeks, it will become second nature. And most importantly, it won't sound like you're fighting with the tempo. Tip number 3, make sure your instruments are properly set up. There are countless videos on YouTube showing you how to set up a guitar for good intonation. So that's a good place to start, but if you don't have time to learn the craft, take it to a local tech and they can set it up for you. Battling tuning issues in the studio is the worst, and it wastes lots of money. Tip number 4, New strings and drum heads. Electric guitars and electric basses should almost always have a new set of strings. The tone is more articulate and the intonation is better because the string isn't covered with dead skin cells, oils, and sweat that stick to it over time. New drum heads are almost always a good idea for similar reasons. They hold a more pure pitch, they sound more articulate, and over time, drum heads get dented, which affects their tone and their ability to hold pitch. Tip number 5. Work out harmonies in advance. Harmonies can be tricky, and writing them while on studio time can burn through money fast. An easy way to practice harmonies is to record the song on your phone and then sing along to it. Everybody loves a little harmony. Everybody loves a little harmony. Or if you have a DAW, you can make a demo of the harmonies to perfect them before you come to record. Another option is to record the harmonies on a separate day than you recorded the lead vocals so you can take the rough mix home and practice along to that. Tip 6. Plan on having a productive session. There are many things that can slow a session down. Inviting extra people, staying up too late the night before, eating 5 Big Macs at lunch, drinking a 6-pack of beer before your guitar solo.
I know, I do it wrong, I do it again. I know.
So it's a good idea to communicate and set expectations with the band before you show up. Recording is half about the experience and half about the final product, making a satisfying recording. Hard work, preparation, and a little bit of discipline definitely pay off. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in doing your next project at Sound Machine Studio, don't hesitate to reach out to me. We can get in contact through the website and the link down below. See you later.